This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Netflix. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Rettinger's Rants. I'm your host, Rettinger, the show where I usually rant and rave on something that's been pissing me off this week in technology, but for the past 7 days, I've actually been pretty happy. Nothing's gotten my ranties in a bunch, nothing's gotten me mad and cranky. I've gotten a good night's sleep, and I am all smiles. So this is not going to be a ranty video. This is going to be more of a video of trying to help you guys. And I make this video about once every 8 months, and more subscribers come on that haven't seen it. And there's always refresh information to give. So if you are an aspiring YouTuber, you're an aspiring tech journalist, I have advice for you. Let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you that might be new to the YouTube channel, it started just out of my love for technology. I was looking to get a brand new computer. I had this giant 17-inch HP laptop behemoth, and it died on me. And I thought, hey, you know what? I think I want to try a Mac, and I didn't know how to use the operating system. So I went on YouTube. I tried to find tutorials on people using the Mac, and there wasn't anything out there. There was no one out there showing how to use a computer. YouTube at that point was pretty much just guys getting kicked in the balls and cats playing piano. So I figured, hey, I'm also going to look up video cameras. I'm gonna find a nice cheap video camera, and I'm gonna make videos. Maybe people will watch it, maybe they won't, but at least it'll force me to learn my new computer. So I bought this like absolutely garbage video camera from Costco. It used tapes. If you watch my earlier videos, you can hear like the tape winding as I go. And I bought that Santa Rosa MacBook Pro that I still remember with very fond memories. I started making videos just for fun, and people started coming and watching them. And I was able to interact with every single person. I was able to answer every single comment. It's a small community. I loved it. It really sort of brought a fire in me that I never had. I was always okay at what I did before. I was in marketing, and I was always, I had done all right, but I didn't have that passion for work. I didn't have like that fire that got me excited to get up every day. And doing this, I loved. I got to talk about technology, which I've always sort of been a part of my life, and I couldn't believe it. So it grew, and I was able to sort of figure out how things worked. I got into the YouTube Partner Program, and I started Techno Buffalo. That brings us sort of a very condensed version of where I am right now. But what I had that you guys don't have is I had the benefit of being one of the first to market. I was one of the first folks that actually started making YouTube videos talking about technology. One reason I was able to achieve really any sort of subscriber growth or notoriety, because there weren't that many other people out there. I think people that are doing videos now are infinitely better than I am, infinitely more talented, know more than I do, but they're having a killer time getting exposure. So I want to share some tips for what you can do now if you're starting a YouTube channel, or if you already have a YouTube channel, what you can do to possibly grow it and get noticed. So let's go ahead and start with one big misconception. You need crazy expensive camera equipment, and you gotta have a lot of money to buy all the technology. Both of those, not true at all. My early videos, when I wasn't using that crazy tape camera, I was using the iSight built in my computer. You can pick up a very cheap HD webcam for less than $100. You don't have to invest in a $2,000-$3,000 DSLR video camera. It's just not necessary. You can use the built-in audio until you sort of feel like you've got the resources to get something better. But it works, and it's fine. You don't have to go out and buy every single piece of technology that exists either. You can talk about your opinions on them. You can talk about Apple. If you want to give your opinions on a new iMac, you don't necessarily buy it. Go to the Apple Store if you got one near you. Play with it. Give your impressions on the design and talk about it. Be honest with your audience. Say, listen, I don't own this, but here are my first impressions after playing with it for a few minutes. And share your thoughts that way. Share your thoughts on keynotes as they happen. Do you like what's happening? Do you not like what's happening? Do you like what Microsoft has announced? Are you really a big fan of the Surface? Talk about why. Share your opinions. It doesn't have to be always so product-based. Number 2, find your own style or voice. If you watch my earlier videos, I was really bad in them. I was trying really hard to be somebody else. And it wasn't until I realized, you know what? I'm just going to be myself on camera, and I hope people like it. And then I sort of started to have a little bit of growth. So be yourself. Don't copy anybody else's style. Don't copy my style. Find a style that works best for you. Find an editing style that works best. Speaking of editing style, you don't need crazy fancy editing equipment either. If you buy a Mac, come to the iMovie, which I used up until like a year ago. Or if you buy a PC, a Windows Movie Maker works great. You get a free trial of Sony Vegas for a month, see if you like that. Adobe's got awesome offerings that you can try with cloud services for I think $20 a month. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. The next thing is be very mindful of your language. If you want to be taken seriously, you want to be professional, use professional language. Don't use slang words. Try not to use ums, uhs, and likes. Be very careful of like. I use that all the time in earlier videos. Don't use idioms. Don't put smiley face in your descriptions. Don't spell words with a Z that should end in an S. Just be professional. Be yourself. Be a very professional version of yourself. Would be some advice for you. The next thing is how we get all the products, where these products come from, How could you possibly get them as well? And the answer is it's going to be very difficult. And it's much harder now than it was back when I first started because there's so many more people trying and aiming for them. What I did when I first started is I went to a whole bunch of companies. I made a spreadsheet of almost 100 companies ranging from AT&T all the way down to small case manufacturers. I went to their websites. I found press contacts, or I found press releases. At the bottom of those, they list press contacts, and I wrote a really detailed, thought-out message for what value I could bring by letting me review their products. Now, by no means should you ever guarantee a good review, and you should never feel obligated to give a good review because someone sent you a product. All PR people know how things work. Be honest. Be 100% honest. If you don't like something, say it, but always be fair and try and leave your own biases out. If you're an Apple person and you're reviewing an Android phone, try and look at it through fresh eyes. Don't look at it why you don't like it. Look at it why somebody else might like it. Be sure to follow up with those PR people. If you did a video on it and you got 100 views or 200 views, share that with them. Give them updates. They have to report to a boss to show that they're doing their job well. It gives them a little bit of leverage and it makes their life a lot easier, and you want their life to be easy. Tag your videos. How do you tag your videos? It used to be you just blanket tag everything. You did an article or a video about a phone, you'd write 35 different tags. You'd put phone in 17 different places in your description. Not so anymore. YouTube changed your algorithms. Be very short and concise with your tags. If you're reviewing something like the Galaxy Nexus or the Nexus 4, for example, you would do, if it's a review of the Nexus 4, all the tags would be LG, LG Nexus 4, LG Nexus 4 review, Nexus 4 review, new Nexus review, Google Android. And that would really be the extent of it. Don't blanket tag everything because you're going to make your video fall down. So that's sort of a whole bunch of advice crammed into one video. I hope it helped. I wish you guys the best of luck. It's a really crowded field out there, and there are a ton of people that have much more talent than I do, and I hope that you guys get the exposure that you deserve. It's not a competition between me or any other YouTuber that might be out there, including you. We're all part of the same family, and if you get success and notoriety, it only helps elevate the whole field. You know what they say? You put more water and all boats rise. So I want all boats to rise, and I want you to be successful, and I hope this video helped. So let me take a minute to thank our friends and sponsors at Netflix. Netflix, you know them, you love them. It is the best way to get streaming TV shows and movies directly to your television set, your laptop, your smartphone, via a ton of different platforms, whether it's your Xbox, your PS3, your Nintendo Wii U, or a ton of other things. Get your Netflix on. You want to catch up on the new season of Arrested Development? Netflix is the only place to watch it. Get yourself a free 30-day trial. Go to netflix.com/buffalo today. Again, that is netflix.com/buffalo. Please leave all your comments. I want to hear your advice. Maybe I left something out you could share with other people. Leave that all down below. Please give the video a thumbs up. I'll definitely appreciate it. I'm John Rettinger, and I'll see you in the next video.